Well, good morning, guys. I am ecstatic. I love the snow. Thing of it is, this isn't going to last long. I'm going to say 4, if I stretch it 5 inches. It's supposed to be 70 in a few days, so this won't last long. I think it'll be gone even tomorrow. It rained quite a bit, but let's go do chores. I'll show you what I do. I'll bet you $10 those crazy ducks are outside. I'll check in when I get there. I got shelter for them, and lots of straw, but they want to be outside. And guys, you don't have to worry. Ducks, chickens, geese, cows, dogs, cats, they all have fur. God knew what he was doing. Fur and feathers. Okay, the first thing I usually do is come out and break their ice. I know it's muddy. If you know anything about ducks, they love to poop in their water. But looks like they've got it all broke up. It's mostly slushy snow. We got rain before the snow, so it's pretty slushy and muddy underneath. Let's go see what the chickens are up to. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't want to come out too. They're content in here. The heat lamp that I have on them was what prevents their water from freezing. And my nesting boxes will be full of eggs. Look at that old rooster. He's being pretty good right now. Sometimes he tries to come after me in the morning, but trust me, guys, he knows I'm boss. Oh, Poofy, Poofy. Look at him. See when he steps sideways? He's challenging me. All right. The chickens look good. Plenty of water, plenty of food. And they're toasty in here. This is our machine shed, but it's got a little bit of everything in it. Keeps the tractor in here. There's our baler. This is an old combine bin off of an antique combine. And it's mounted on a axle and trailer. It was homemade. Actually bought it off of a friend of his after he passed away at his estate sale. And it's filled with what's called beef finisher. And we're going to feed, we got some heifers we're trying to grow out. So they'll be ready to breed come summer. And they'll be getting some. I'm going to try to take you with me. It won't be too easy. We feed, and then we got the bulls. And so we'll feed the bulls and the heifers. The cows we feed at night. I'm just going to show you what we normally do. I'm not going to do it but we have this big black tub under here. And you open up this hatch. This comes down, pops it open. And the grain just runs out into buckets. But yesterday he took it to town and got it filled. So this will hold a little over a ton of feed. And now this tub is full. He just emptied it out into the tub before he went to town. So I'm filling my grain buckets with this. All right, guys, so I got the grain buckets full. And I'm going to try to video while he feeds. And this is, one person can do this easy. But you'll see how it goes. Today we had to have shovels to scoop out the feed bunks. And we brought the farm dog with us. Say hi, Frankie. All right, guys, we take the gator out with us when we feed because you'll see why. Yes, we can walk in with all these buckets of grain, but once we get out there, you'll see why we do this. I wanted to let you know, we like to hand feed, especially, we don't have that many. So we hand feed this bunch because we want them to be easy to work with, you know, when they're calving, when we turn the bulls out. So we're going to whip in here, and there they are. So I'm going to go open the gate, and you'll see how we drive through. Slowly drive through the gate and just swing it open. And we do this because these little gals will try to get in behind the gator. Now look, they all know where we're going. If they don't beat us to the feed bunks, they're right behind us. And And they're all excited, kicking up their heels because they're fixing to get fed. I don't think they're going to be too happy when we have to take the time to scoop the snow out of the bunks, but they'll appreciate it. Like I said, I usually helping him do all this. And now that I see that snow, I'm going to put this phone down. They're all lined up. We're feeding them a special ration because, well, they weren't in the best condition when we got them back from, they were leased out. So we're meeting with a livestock nutritionist, and he's got us set up on a plan. We give them this special mixture called beef finisher, and then they get alfalfa pellets. And the nutritionist told me how much to feed them, so I came out and weighed everything. Yeah, that little one goes too. So we have 7 heifers, and he told me how many pounds each of them were to get, so we mix it up. And typically I go along and pat them on the head. They just love it. That little tank over there has a heater in it, and we're gonna run water when we get done feeding the bulls. This is slush, but if it's ice, you gotta come in with a shovel or a pitchfork and break up the ice and scoop out the big chunks. But it's slushy, so when we come run water, we'll be able just to put more water on top of it and it'll melt. Go over to our other place where we keep the bulls. Our bulls are going on 3 years old, and we've got a steer over there who's going to freezer camp tomorrow. Yay! All right, guys, it's cold. The wind's out of the north. See you in a minute. I don't know if it's focusing. I don't know if you guys can see all those tracks. I mean, nobody lives over here. There should be no tracks. I asked the old farmer, what are all these tracks? He said, these are the coyotes that come running around here at night. And yes, we do have a lot of coyotes. But thanks to our big dogs, we don't have a problem at our house. So he's in there now, scooping out the feed bunks. I won't go in there by myself anymore. The feed bunk is up against the fence now, because if he isn't here and I have to do it, then I'm able just to pour the grain over the top of the fence into the feed bunk. And I'm not really afraid of them, but see how that steer's kicking around? They're pretty quiet right now, but typically they're snotting and snorting and running around, kicking up their heels. I know they're not going to hurt me. They're just excited about the grain. Let's see if they act up when he brings the grain in. This is the way I usually feed. But he'll probably go inside with the 5-gallon bucket. But I stand on the outside and pour it over the top. Now we'll see if one of them go to snotting and snorting at him. Probably not. They got their minds on that. One of the red tags, what we're going to be putting in the freezer. By the way, guys, these little bitty tracks, these are rabbit tracks. We had a lot of rabbits around here, of course. And their tank looks good. Just slush, it'll melt here in a little bit. Now, we also throw over a bale of prairie hay, which is grass hay. That bale of hay in there. And then that shed up there is where they get shelter. I guess more of a little lean-to. But we grain the bulls and the heifers in the morning, feed them in the morning. The cows we'll feed in the evening, because they have found that if you feed cows, they're more in the evening, they're more likely to calve during the daylight hours. And of course, that's what you want. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming along on our morning feed. I'm having fun playing in the snow. Can't say that much for the old farmer though, but I like it. You gotta admit, guys, it is pretty. I'm cold. Goodbye. I tell you, the heifers also get alfalfa pellets along with that ration, and we just store it in this big old, we have a box that is mouse-proof, bug-proof, blah, blah, blah. But it's easier for me if he puts it in this big trash barrel thing, and it'll hold about 300 pounds, so, no, wait, I take that back, about 200 to 250 pounds, so it'll last a while. All right, guys, again, thanks for coming. I want to show you guys something that we have in our shed. And I can't, as you can see, we got junk all around it. This is, some of you'll know, long before me, a 1948 Chevy pickup. I think it's a 48. Our son that passed away bought it when he was 13 years old. He found it in the middle of a pasture, parked under a tree. They hooked it up to a battery, poured fresh gas in, and it started right up. Drove it home about 10 miles and parked it with the plans to restore it. It is still my dream and hope that we'll get it restored. We have all the chrome for it in the house. But the problem is, it's not very many people I trust to do this. And the two guys that I do trust, my nephews, live in Minnesota. So we've had a lot of talks on getting it done. But it's my dream to make that a cherry red pickup back to original. And yes, I know it's going to cost a lot of money. I already know that. But anyway, some of the guys knew I had this in here and wanted to see it. Wish I could go around it better, but with all the equipment and machinery and junk we have, I can't get to it.